Why do you want to be a KIPP leader? Well, I want to be a leader at KIPP because the foundational principles of KIPP align with my own personal philosophy of education as well as the role of the school in the community. I believe that all students can and will learn, and when put in a learning environment with high expectations and standards delivered by a skilled practitioner that values the power of relationships, I feel like this is the perfect environment for students to thrive, for students to gain the skills and knowledge needed to have the life of choices. And one of those choices being college and pursuing a study in a career that they're passionate about or that they're interested in. I also value elementary. I specifically want to be an elementary school leader because I value the foundational um, education that students receive at the elementary level. We actually get the privilege of laying the foundation in reading, writing, math, science, social studies, and also helping students discover their musical talents and interests. So, having the opportunity to lead a team of elementary educators is definitely what I'm interested in. What is the biggest strength that you bring to your role as an elementary assistant principal of your school? Well, one, I feel I have a little bit of an advantage because I was the founding music teacher at my current school, and now I'm an assistant principal. So I actually have taught every single student in the school, minus our few students that are new in our kindergarten class. And that strength would be communication. I've been able to convey musical thought. I've been able to communicate with my teammates as an enrichment teacher, and now as an administrator, I'm able to take my strength of communication to communicate with a variety of stakeholders: parents, teachers, families, partners in our community. I have the opportunity to communicate with them. I also have the opportunity to have crucial conversations, which requires active listening, trying to find a shared pool of meaning, and then building relationships through listening and being able to respond with a strategic plan to solve problems when needed. So my biggest strength that I bring to this role is communication, with building relationships at the bedrock. What do I see as my greatest area of growth? Well, I've taught for almost 2 decades. And so I felt like a strength was my particular content area, which was music. And I didn't use, music as only performance. I looked at music as a vehicle to teach literacy and math and science, history, and social studies. Um, but now, as an administrator, my content area that I manage is ELA. So, as an instructional leader, I'm going to need to continue to grow in the depth of knowledge of the content, the new content areas that I manage. I also manage social studies. The arts was simple because I've been managing social studies. I've been managing the arts for years, and so I'm able to communicate about visual art and physical education and what quality instruction looks like, high impact instruction looks like in those subject areas. So, a growth area for me would be to look at the data that's gathered in ELA and math to be able to positively impact and influence instructions to drive results in those content areas. So, my biggest area of growth is going to be depth of knowledge in a variety of content areas. And what excites me the most about being a member of leadership team is I love learning. I love KSLP. My teacher leader experience was a game changer for me when I got the opportunity to be a part of the 15-16 cohort. I've built lifelines. And now, just to think that I will take another step up the KIPP leadership programming ladder to build my toolkit now as an instructional leader. I gained so many tools, so I can only imagine how many tools and how much learning will happen this summer in Institute, as well as the three intercessions. And I just look forward to the rigorous, high quality development so that I can glean best practices so that when I'm leading professional development at my own school, I'll have the skills and tools needed to affect change in Memphis, in our region, and ultimately, be a lifeline to those that have been able to just kind of walk the same journey that I've walked alongside them. So I'm looking forward to learning and growing to just become a better and more effective leader.